Hey guys, Jason here, Samco Workshop. Today we're going to talk about GM's big secret. The big secret to GM in the last few years. Now, there was a period where I hated GM. Okay, there was a 20-year period where I wouldn't own a GM product, and I've owned like 9, 7, 8, 9 of them. But I'd been for like 20 straight years where I would never even look at or consider GM. I thought of them as bottom of the barrel, right about where Ford is right now. Would never want anything to do with a GM vehicle under any circumstances. Right now, today, 2024, this started a couple of years ago, but 2024, I personally believe that GM is at the top of the list, the #1 truck manufacturer in the world today that you should buy from. I do, and I don't own a GM. I do not own one. I own a Gladiator and a 4Runner. Okay, so don't think that this is, biased. It's nothing biased, but I honestly believe GM is the #1 truck manufacturer out there that you should buy from right now. Why? They got a big secret. Big secret is right here. This is it, right here. This is what it boils down to. Why? Because they do this stuff. They have put customers first. I've never been in a meeting for GM or any of the stuff that they got going on behind the scenes right now, but I'll bet this word comes up a whole bunch. And I'll bet this word is put at the top of a lot of lists. It had to have been because of where they are right now. So what are they doing? Well, they listen to their customers on what they want. GM is very active in all of the forums. They pay attention to everything, and they are even on there supporting other people, asking the right questions. They are doing stuff. GM is very active with its community. Surveys, everything that you can think of, they are on it. They want to know what customers want from their vehicles. What are they looking for? All companies do that to an extent. Nobody does it like GM does. Okay? And then GM will then make what they want. Okay? GM has factory 2-inch lift on the Trail Boss. They've had it now for, 8 years? Something like that. On the Silverados, and then they put it into Colorado. But a factory lift from the factory, dirt cheap prices, affordability, all these kind of things they're doing, that's a huge advantage. Okay, they're listening to what their customers want. They are making what they want. Like with the ZR2. Okay, the ZR2 was the first ever mid-size truck made with front and rear lockers. Why? People wanted it. In a world where nobody else would give front and rear lockers. No other mid-size would do it. GM said, hold my beer, watch this. We'll give it to him. And you did, and you got it. And it was amazing, okay? It needed some tweaks. It was the last gen. It was a good car, or a good truck, good capabilities. But then they took that vehicle and they listened to everybody. People like the shock location is no good. The shocks are too low down in the back. You can't fit big enough wheels on it because of the way the body mounts are on there. The blah blah. And so what did GM do? They fixed all that. And then the next version they give us is one that fits the biggest factory tire size on a midsize ever in history. With the Bison, they did all this stuff right. They just take care. They listen to their customers. They make what the customers want. There is the big secret that I have not put on here. For those of you that are watching, thinking this is it, we don't have it on here yet. It's going to be coming. We'll write it down here in a minute for you because it's not on here. But these are the things that are getting them to this. This is the key right here. Listening to their customers, building what the customers want, and then standing behind the customers. Every car, people are going to be like, well, their dashes go out and their over-the-air updates kill batteries and all that. Every car manufacturer today has a ton of problems. Okay, they all do. Supplier issues, problems up to recalls. They all have issues. There's no doubt about it. Nobody will stand behind it like GM does right now, currently, today. GM is on it. They are, like I said, they are on it. And they're even bypassing their own dealerships. They already acknowledge that. They're like, well, you know what? Dealerships are privately owned. We can't control them. Some of them are shady. We understand that. But listen, if you have a problem with a dealer with one of our vehicles and you're not getting the answers you're looking for, here's all of our phone numbers. Here's how you get a hold of us. Contact us directly through our customer care network system. We have a whole team ready to help you on your stuff with your vehicle. They are right there. And they're posting stuff everywhere. They are so behind their customers. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Where, on the other hand, you got Toyota who screws their customers over every chance they get, every possible way they can. You got Ford who screws their customers over, won't even fix their problems, puts Band-Aids on it instead of doing repairs, won't do anything with it. And you have GM who is, we will solve it for you. We will not only make it right, we will make it better, and we will do better. I love that. And then they also partner with people that do better anyway. Okay, so for example, let's look at the Bison edition. Okay, the AEV edition for the canyons and stuff like this. GM knows that there's things that other companies do better. Well, they were one, you know, yeah, now everybody does it. You got Toyota's got the Trail Hunter with all this AEV stuff on it, or ARB stuff, and all these companies do. But right now, but look at to the extent that GM went to AEV with this for the Borean skid plates, the bumpers front and back, the rear, everything that they did, even the wheels, everything that GM has partnered with them on because they know that these guys do this stuff well. And GM says, well, we want to bring this ultimate truck to the factory or to the market for everybody. We want them to have a full factory warranty. We want it to work. We want sensors and airbags to work functionally. We want them to be able to have the safety features. We want them to have all of this plus the capability. They can't get this on their own anywhere. We will partner with them and bring the whole product to market for you as one. Beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. And like I said, now everybody's jumping on that bandwagon. And they always have been collaborations, don't get me wrong. But GM took it to a whole new level for us. I love that factor. And again, people are like, I can get cheaper bumpers somewhere else. You can, but your cheaper bumpers don't function the same way. They don't have the same safety factors. They don't have the same advantages. They don't affect cooling differently. The stuff that GM does in the testing that goes on with these things puts this into its own category of proven and factory warranty and safety. We love that factor. Many people don't think about that stuff, okay? But it's all there for you. You're not losing anything by doing it. So I love how GM does that. They care about their customers tremendously. Now, under that same heading here of caring about your customer, here is the biggest care about the customer. This is the secret to GM sales. This is the icing on the cake. This is the beauty of it. This is the number one reason that I just want to hug GM. Okay, this is it right here. This is the big reveal. This. Right there. Look at everything else out there today. GM is killing it in prices. They are keeping it real. Toyota has lost its frickin' mind with the prices. Neither Ford or Toyota is giving their dealers any crap for the stupid, insane markups, which they could do. People are like, well, they can't. The dealer's privately owned. Who supplies the cars to the dealer? Who supplies the trucks to the dealer? Okay, if you have dealer A, here's the dealer, here's the manufacturer. This dealer is doing shady crap. This manufacturer can say no more and not give that dealer any more stuff. Okay, if I'm a manufacturer and I got a product to sell and I'm giving it to these dealers to sell it and I don't like the practices they're doing, I don't give them anything else. What happens then? That dealer closes down. That guy moves on. The dealer building sits there. I have one of my other guys that I know, hey, Frank, call up your buddy Tom. Tell him I got a dealership ready for you. He buys that dealership. He becomes good, and now I supply him stuff. It's the way the concept works here. This is not rocket science. Ford and Toyota, they just turn a blind eye. They don't care what their dealerships are doing. GM rains down on this stuff pretty hard. You don't see as many GM markups as you do. You still do. They're still there, but nowhere near the crap you see happening with Ford and with Toyota. Price matters to them too. Look at the price. I can go out and buy a 2-inch lifted Colorado Trail Boss with amazing capability that basically will blow the doors off of anything that Toyota puts out there. A Trail Boss will even beat a Trail Hunter or a TRD Pro. The Trail Boss will go everywhere it does and do everything it does. And that Trail Boss is like $38,500 brand new, and you can deal on it. I could probably realistically, right now they're under constraint, there's barely any on a dealership, but 6 months from now, I bet I can walk into a dealer and I can pick up a 2024 Trail Boss for about 36 grand, brand new. What? Think about that. Think about that. Okay, their prices are real. Their prices are quality. They're not jacking things up. They're not trying to screw the customers. It all boils right back to this word right here. Customer, customer, customer. In my opinion, GM is the #1 company to buy from today. If you are looking for quality customer service and a care about what you are, who you are, and what you do with it. No company out there today can do this. Next, I would say would probably be not Stellantis, because Stellantis as a company sucks bad. But Jeep and Ram still have some pull. They have some weight here because they are basically mainly a U.S. brand. They're in other places too, but they got a lot of power here still. So at the current time, I still think Jeep and Ram are proven companies that you can do. But the more Stellantis gets their stupid paws into them, the more miserable that's going to make. I wish Jeep and Ram would just break off of Stellantis. I do not like Stellantis at all, but I like Jeep and Ram. They also stand behind their people pretty well, even though they have to fight the bigwigs to do it. But GM, number one right now, and their big secret is this right here: customers, price. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.